Alright, just remember, Uno. Worst thing he can say is no. Let's just do it. Speaking of, what is that smell? Is that Santino? Santino! Jonny One Kenobi, my man. What's up? Bro, you can literally just call me Jonny One. There's nothing against it. You know what? Whatever. That's not what I'm here for. I have an idea. An idea? Ideas are good sometimes. Lay it on me. Well, as you know, I've been going through this thing trying to earn everybody's respect. What if I ran open challenges for my world title and the main event of TNA every week, since we aren't going to have any pay-per-views for a while? Open challenges every week for the title? That's great of an idea as it is. Are you sure about it? Sounds very risky, Johnny. It is risky, but that's the best part. I didn't even tell you. If I lose, I'll leave TNA for good, since no one wants me here anyway, right? Nobody wants you here, Johnny. How could you say that? You've been doing great as champion. What's all this really about? And while it is an honor, and I'm probably having the run of a lifetime right now, I didn't ask to be champion. I've been getting attacked pre-match, post-match. What's next? Somebody gonna attack me backstage? Nah, I think I'll jump in front of it before I allow that to happen. So, if it's okay with you, which it seems like it is, starting tonight in the main event, I'll be holding an open challenge for my TNA World title. So basically, Thursday Night Johnny is in full effect, and I hope everybody on this TNA roster is ready to get a taste of Uno's revenge. Oh my god, Johnny, you're serious? Well, okay, if you feel this strongly about it. Just do me a favor and be careful. There's a lot of guys here you still haven't met, whether that's because they're injured or they're working other promotions right now. This place can be a little wild, so just watch your back. I'm actually glad you just brought that up to me. Other promotions? What are we talking? AEW? ROH? New Japan? Bring them over here. I'll defend against any of them guys too. Fuck it. John, we are a family show. You can't just drop F-bombs. Oh, a family show now, are we? Well, I couldn't tell you. I've been getting my ass handed to me the past couple weeks, but that's neither here nor there. I actually like you, Santino, so I'll let it go. Other than the Bucks, no one else really cares for me here, so I thank you for that. Yeah, anytime, Jonny One Kenobi. Bro, for the last time, it's just Jonny One, man. God. Yeah, I hope this thing's on, because I got a couple words for Mr. Bullet Club, Johnny Uno, even though you were technically never even invited to the club. Even though, I mean, come on. You're not club material anyway, are we, right? You want my advice, Uno? An open challenge isn't the way to go. You want respect? That's earned, not given. Being a champion isn't something you can just decide you want to do or decide you don't want to do. Talking about respect? Well, Johnny, I got a lot of respect for you. However, I just don't like you at all. Not many guys can say they stood toe-to-toe with the phenomenal one and live to talk about it, yet alone we're the better man. And I can give the credit where it's due. Game respects game. So respect my game tonight when I beat you for that title and send your ass packing. Alright, well, boys, as we fast forward into this TNA Championship match against AJ Styles, which we just found out about, and then TNA Open Challenge we also just found out about, allow me to, I guess, decipher everything that has happened in the first couple of minutes of this video before you guys formally heard me speak my piece. I'm the Lord Junkie as AJ Styles makes his entrance to the ring for this TNA title match against Johnny Uno. I'm sorry. I'm the Lord Junkie, so just let me do my thing a little bit during these entrances in this match, and hopefully we're all caught up. So, first and foremost, I pooped up a couple days ago. I deleted the original episode 12. What you're watching now is a remake of episode 12. That's what you're watching, because episode 12, I made this video after I deleted episode 12, and it was basically me telling y'all I deleted episode 12 and giving y'all the backstory and the lore, because I'm the lore junkie, giving you the lore of what was going on. But episode 12, even though it's not like the best thing ever, it's such a pivotal episode. If you've been watching this episode and you've made it to this part of the video to where I'm saying this, you should kind of understand what I'm saying. And you won't really get it until I do, until you see what's next in this in the series. As skip Johnny One entrance, the same entrance. We're getting right into these title matches, these TNA title matches. I'm only showing the challenger's entrance. We're getting right into it, like from here on, just letting you guys know. But like, I'm just trying to work on my pacing. It's nothing about, I'm gonna still show Jonny One's entrance. If I change my gear, if I change my entrance, if I get a new belt, I'm gonna hold it down for sure. As the ref rings that bell, and we're right into it. Big trick shot out the corner from Jonny Uno. But you feel me? It's just the constant, just to get right into the lore, because I forgot what I was even talking about. I know I was talking about the lore though, something to do with the lore. To get right into the lore. Oh, me deleting the thing. Yeah, this is a whole remake you're watching, and I'm trying to actually, in my opinion at least, I'm doing a lot better this time around than I did that first time around. But the first time it took me like 3 or 4 hours. But I was really excited as Jonny One puts the stomps down on AJ Styles. I was really excited. But forget it. We here now. Take two. Y'all gonna see it, and I'm happy about it. So I said a whole thing though in the video I made about after I deleted episode 12, and I was just gonna give you guys like a rundown, a summary of it, etc. I said this whole thing about punchlines and the setup to the punchline. So I'm like, episode 12, to me, this is my setup to the bigger punchline that's coming later on down the line, right? So when I said it to myself though, and I'm like, yeah, so if you guys just see the punchline without the setup, you might not get it. Just like, rappers or something. You hear a punchline, or it's like you hear something with no context. You're like, huh, what? Like, depending on what it is. Huh? Yeah, you know what I mean? So I can't just show you guys something with no context. That's what it was with me. Episode 12 is the opening of the TNA Open Challenge, as you can see, for the world title that I'm fighting right here now against AJ Styles. But also you see cutscenes with Santino. We're getting introduced to different people, new people. I'm bringing people in. I'm doing a lot of big stuff. So episode 12 was like really pivotal in the setup to the punchline that is going to be coming later. As Jonny One gets the roll up after big grabs just now with AJ Styles. And AJ Styles with the 1, 2. Ooh. That was cutting it kind of close. I ain't gonna lie. Jonny One with a backslide roll up, kick out at 1 by AJ Styles. He leaves out of the ring. I went for that big suicide dive. Glitchy ass game didn't let me do it though. But and I'm also I'm just gonna try to be a little bit more comfortable. Let my hair down a little bit with you guys on here, I guess, because apparently I be sounding too like what's the word? I guess uncomfortable or like, I don't want to say stuck up, but like I be like too stiff, I guess. I be sounding like I'm trying too hard, so I'm gonna try less, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I be trying to commentate and give lore. Like you see, I still haven't even got all the way into the lore as Jonny One breaks out of that submission hold. But as you guys see, Jonny One is tired of the constant disrespect. We've been talking about disrespect when it comes to Jonny One in this series for about, this is episode 12 technically, so what, 2 episodes now? 3 maybe? And he's just sick of it. He's tired of the constant, pre-match attack, post-match attack. He's like, what's next? I'm going to get attacked in the back. I'm going to get attacked in the locker room. I'm going to get attacked while I'm trying to use the bathroom. Like, before I let any of that happen, before I get seriously injured because somebody is a coward and doesn't want to, face me, as Jonny One misses that big suicide dive or reversal by AJ Styles, before I let that happen, I'll defend my title every week against anyone. And I get his sentiment, if I have an open challenge every week, where I'm going to be, when I'm going to be there, why I'm going to be there. And not only do you know all of that, you have the chance to not only be a part of it, but you have the chance to be the man who can say, not only did I beat Jonny One, not only did I become TNA World Champ, I sent Jonny One packing and made him leave TNA forever, which is, as we heard from AJ Styles earlier, is what AJ Styles was, planning to do. Well, that's what he is planning to do, I should say. It's Jonny One with that big clothesline off the top. And, as Jonny One sets up, as he's setting up, he's looking for that big hidden blade. What a move. Remnants of Will Ospreay. What a move. Kick out by Styles. Hidden blade just not enough to keep the Phenomenal One down. And I'm doing a lot right now. I'm commentating this. I'm watching Raw. Raw in Paris is right now. I'm doing a lot, but Back to the lore. Johnny was just tired of the constant disrespect. He's like, you know what? Y'all don't gotta respect me at this point, because respect isn't given; it's earned. Like AJ Styles said, AJ Styles made some really great points earlier. Before his he eventually came out and had this match with Johnny One. AJ Styles made some really, really, really great points. But the whole thing is AJ Styles just doesn't like Johnny. Like no matter how much he respects him, he doesn't like Johnny One. He doesn't like the fact that Johnny One, is pretending, I guess, or cosplaying a Bullet Club member, even though he isn't officially or technically a Bullet Club member. He doesn't like the fact that Johnny One wears Bullet Club and dons in the Bullet Club gear coming out to the ring when he never received, the invitation. He was never invited to the Bullet Club as AJ Styles. As Johnny One takes AJ Styles out with that big suicide dive to the outside, and Johnny One is getting hyped. He's feeding off the crowd here. His ref is a count of one. The outside. AJ Styles doesn't like that. AJ Styles doesn't like, he feels like Johnny's fake. That's what it is. When it comes to in between these ropes, he understands Johnny is very real when it comes to what's happening in the ring. But outside the ring, he's just not sold. He just doesn't like the guy he is outside the ring. It's not about a character. It's not about a gimmick. Just the man Johnny One is. AJ Styles is just, he doesn't like. Maybe it'll change as we get the big trick shot into the Johnny Runner. Not going for the cover. What are we doing here? He's setting up, measuring his man. Hold on, let me get back. I'm saying in a minute, just want to see big, phenomenal forearm. He just hit AJ Styles with his own finisher. Wow. As we look to go up, like he was looking for Uno's revenge, and Styles counters, goes after that cover. One. Not even a one. He's trying to use the ropes. Ref sees it and calls it off. Great eye by the ref. They're usually blind and don't see anything. As Johnny reverses what I can only assume was a Styles Clash, right? Big trick shot. After he runs up the chest, Johnny goes up. Cross body. And I don't even remember what I was saying. The action just took over. But what I do know is Hidden Blade. As Johnny Uno goes to the top. He's looking for it. Big 630. 1, 2. I don't think he's ever beaten anybody with that 630 either. Not that I remember. Like, not to my knowledge. If he has, he beat one person with it. If he's beaten anybody, it was one person once. Because it seems like people were kicking out of everything, bro. I need to switch these moves up. As Johnny One with a reversal from the arm drag from AJ Styles. AJ Styles with a reversal of his own, though. AJ Styles, me and AJ be grapping. I gotta be honest. AJ might be my wrestling soulmate. Him and Johnny One might be wrestling soulmates, bro. Like, the graps are graps. I don't think I've ever had a bad match with AJ. It's crazy. But yeah, AJ Styles, Johnny One, TNA title in an open challenge in the main event, and Johnny's looking to run this every week. He's looking to face anyone he can face. He brought up AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. He brought up all these different companies, all because Santino just told him to be careful. Watch your back. You haven't met all these guys. I know you know the guys, and you feel however you feel about them, but if you think it's bad here now, TNA can be a lot worse, and has been a lot worse as far as talent. Not saying talent is bad, but as far as talent, trying to get over as we hit that big GTS and 2, who knows? Revenge! 1, 2, 3. That is it. And what a match. What a match we've had. Johnny Uno, AJ Styles. I just can't recall them ever having a bad match. As Johnny Uno celebrates with the fans. AJ Styles, though, back here with the TNA World title. What is he doing with the TNA World title? Johnny One doesn't see him. Oh, Uno sees him now. Uno let him know. You lost fair and square. Johnny Uno telling Sand, respect me. You will respect me. AJ Styles hands on all that belt, that TNA World Championship, and now they're just staring at each other. What is happening? What are we watching right now? Johnny Uno, is he extending the hand to AJ Styles? Oh my! AJ Styles shakes his hand. Oh my! I can't believe it. Are we seeing the hatchet be buried? AJ Styles letting Johnny Uno know it gets heavier every day. Every day it gets heavier. One day I will be back. But you got it for right now. And Johnny Uno letting them know I'll be here. As we fast forward from that TNA on to the next week on NXT, we're starting off with a tournament. Triple threat tournament, 2 triple threat matches, which lead down to one one-on-one match, and then the winner of that one-on-one match will face Johnny Uno at No Mercy at the end of the month for the NXT World Title. That starts tonight. So with that being said, we have Saquon Sugars of the Dark State versus Jasper Troy. I think he was the LFG winner from the first season, versus Miles Bourne, Baby Orton. That's our first match for tonight. We're opening up the show with that, and I'm excited to see who wins. We move on into our second triple threat of the night, which is just before the main event, which we'll get into. We have Pete Dunne, Josh Briggs, and Ricky Saints, 3 men who all deserve shots at that NXT World Title. 3 men who have been putting in the work. You know what I mean? Men Johnny Uno has never fought before. He's never fought any of the other 3 men and the other triple threat either, which makes it very, I guess, interesting just to see who wins. So I'm excited to see, who comes out on top and who's going to be facing each other to get that number 1 contender spot at No Mercy. Just going Triple H for a second. Fiend, the game, my bad. But as we get into our main event, we got Oba Femi versus Wes Lee in the main event of NXT. And the winner of this gets a shot at Jonny One's NXT title next week on NXT in the main event. Now, why do we have 2 number 1? What's going on with all these number 1 contenders? Well, if you've been paying attention to the story, Oba Femi was our original NXT champion until he lost to Wes. And they've been going back and forth because Oba never got his one-on-one rematch against Wes because Wes jumped into the feud with Johnny where he lost that NXT title. But then Oba winded up getting that title shot from Johnny, but it was against Johnny and not Wes. And I guess to Oba that made a difference. And Oba's like, well, at least you got a title shot. I still didn't get my match. I went out my way to get my match, and I still didn't get my match. You know what I mean? So it was like, look, bro, y'all figure that out in the ring. Winner gets Jonny One next week, and it's as simple as that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in this and see what happens next week, man. And yes, you guys seriously have to wait until next week to find out who won those triple threats and to find out who the 2 men are that are going to be facing for that one-on-one, title match at No Mercy against Johnny Uno. You guys are also going to have to wait till next week to know who's the winner of Oba and Wes Lee. I'm not being an ass. I'm not being mean. I think the cliffhanger, it gives you something to look forward to. Especially since episode 13, as of now, episode 13 technically was done before episode 12. If you guys were here for the beginning of the video and heard everything I told you, episode 13 was already finished. So it's 12, but 12 got deleted, and now I'm redoing it. Imagine what's going on in my head right now. Trying to tell a story backwards. Technically, is what I'm doing here. I'm trying to tell a story backwards because I'm 2 episodes beyond this. You feel me? So whatever. But Joe Hendry, the man who people have Joe Hendry. They say Joe Hendry is a big part of this Johnny Uno story inadvertently. Because Joe Hendry is the man who dropped the TNA title to Trick Williams in the first place. The original TNA superstar who was beaten by, I guess, the original outsider and Trick Williams, for this TNA World title. And a lot of people speculate, it was kind of Joe Hendry's fault. If Joe Hendry doesn't lose to Trick Williams is never champion to be in a position to say anything to Jonny One or anybody else. It didn't have to be Johnny. Johnny, I guess, just kind of made it a thing with it being him, but it didn't have to be him. It could have been anybody to beat Trick Williams that wasn't a part of NXT. I mean, that wasn't a part of TNA, because Johnny Uno was an NXT superstar at the time. He was awarded that match, just because he beat Trick, and, Trick was feeling all, how it is. You lose a match, and, you're the champion. You gotta show resolve, and you gotta show resilience, and Trick tried to do all that. And I respect him as a champion for being a fight champion, but, he lost his title. And he set forth a very, very concerning domino effect, I guess, just depending on which side of this you're looking at or you're standing on, which perspective you have. But what I will say about Joe Hendry is an amazing talent, and watching him right now just have these grabs with Johnny Uno is also like it's actually a decent match so far. Even though we just got started as Jonny One, looking for that big Styles clash. Johnny Uno one. Joe Hendry kicks out at just one. Johnny Uno can't believe it. Johnny Uno going up top. Big Uno cutter. Going straight for the cover one. Kick out at one by Joe Hendry, and it's going to take a lot more than that to defeat Joe Hendry for sure. Joe Hendry, a former TNA World Champion. Joe Hendry has faced off against the likes of, Trick, Javon. He's faced off some of the top stars, not only in TNA but in NXT. And Joe Hendry here now facing arguably the top star in NXT and TNA right now, as the double champ Johnny Uno, TNA World Champ and NXT Champ. I'm sorry, I keep kicking this damn chair. I don't know if y'all hear it scraping the floor. I'm not used to this new setup yet, but these guys are out here giving it their all, and Johnny just wants to be respected, like as he says all the time. Johnny just wants respect. Johnny just wants to know that he's here to fight the best in the world, and that's all it has to be to it. He's not opposed to making enemies. He doesn't mind it, obviously, because it's something he can't control. He just kind of goes about everything how he goes about it. Johnny's a real quiet guy. He kind of misses that cutter, but lands and doesn't get all of it at the same time, I think. But it's just different. As Johnny with a big belly suplex. Joe Hendry, left out of the ring to catch a breather, comes right back into a right hand though. Big neck breaker from Jonny One, and Jonny One letting Joe Hendry know how he feels. Jonny One showing so much emotion tonight. I don't know, it's weird. Like this is why episode 12 was pivotal though. Episode 12, you're gonna start to see a shift in things. This is what I was talking about in the video that I made when I was trying to explain what was going on and how I deleted it and blah 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 blah. Now that I'm here, I could just kind of throw it in here, but this is pivotal. You're gonna start to see a shift in things. Like I don't know if guys are paying attention, but like Jonny One, my Karrion Kross for you, I can't even say his name. Karrion Kross, my Karrion Kross feud. Like how many matches you guys watch me just stand there? You watch Jonny One just stand there in the corner and wait for his opponent to make the first move. Karrion Kross, I ran out and trick shot his ass the first chance I got. Like as soon as the bell rung, trick shot straight out the corner. AJ Styles trick shot straight out the corner. Like it's just the little subtle things like that I'm doing to show a shift. I'm trying to show changing character, changing behaviors, things like that. But I'm trying to do it in a way like how it's done in real life, to where you see it over time, because you guys see I'm going through the weeks, I'm going through the months, etc. That's why I show you guys the whole calendar. I'm gonna do that every time, no matter if I'm on Raw, SmackDown, whatever. But I'm only gonna show, my parts and wherever I'm being played at or wherever I'm being used at or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna show you guys the whole calendar. I'm gonna show you guys what's passing and what's going on and blah blah blah. It's been 12 episodes, so I know you guys are You guys are with me. Whoever's with me, I know you're with me. You've been around for the couple episode ride, and you kind of know how I get. But for that reason exactly, the people who kind of know what's going on already, you kind of get the pattern. Like, yeah, my boy Visionary, he does it like this, he does it like that. And Johnny Uno, this is his setup. And Uno Steiner into the Arrivederci. Like, I have my stuff I do, but I'm doing all of that. It's for storytelling purposes. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Everything is a reason. About why I do it, when I do it, etc. So yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoy this though. Like, I just had to get this out. I didn't want to redo it because the first time, like I said, I felt like the first time was so much. Like, just so much. I guess it's because it was the first time I did it. So I guess I felt like it was so much better. And it was like a thing as Johnny Uno. What is he going for here in this corner? Johnny Uno comes down with that big, whatever you want to call it, Sister Abigail, switchblade. We're calling it a brother Uno on Joe Hendry for the 1, 2. Kick out at 2 from Joe Hendry. Oh, he's still in it. Okay, Joe. Joe, not so average Joe, by the way. Shout out Trick Williams, but no, not so average Joe. As Joe Hendry ducking the hidden blade. Look, not so average at all. Throws me into the ref and then a right hand, right foot. What's going on now? Look, nothing average about this guy, but the blonde haircut, maybe. That's kind of average. But other than that, nothing average about this guy, bro. As Joe Hendry with an attitude adjustment. What the Joe Hendry's pulling out all the stops to become TNA World Champ again. So where does energy be at when you fighting Trick? Joe, ankle lock on Jonny One. As Jonny One struggles to get out of this ankle lock, bro. What is happening? Joe Hendry definitely just pulling out all the stops as Jonny One rolls through from the ankle lock. Jonny One, big spear. That's got to be it. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Hey. Joe Hendry kicks out of the spear. Yo, I might have to start doing it from the corner or something. I might gotta start loading the spear up from the corner like Roman or like an edge or something. I don't know if you guys can hear the train. Yeah, I moved. I live by train tracks now. Yeah, it sucks. Sorry. If you guys can hear that, I don't know. But yeah, it's in the way, it's kind of loud. But yeah, I might have to start loading that spear up as Jonny One is setting up for it. Big suicide dive on the outside. I also need to change that wake up time. It takes way too long. Like, why does it take that long? I don't even know why that's my wake up time, honestly. But cool, we're just gonna keep rolling. As the stamina cancels and doesn't put Joe Hendry in the ring, but now I do the second time around. And Johnny Uno's setting up, he's measuring his man. Or will we see another big phenomenal forearm? Reminiscent of AJ Styles, the man whose hand he just shook last week on TNA. And after another missed hidden blade, this guy Joe is not average at all, bro. What is happening? Oh my God, what is that? A big knee breaker from Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry looks to be a choice. Johnny Uno with a reversal. Okay, yes, I see what's going on. Oh, Joe Hendry with a comeback. Whatever, yeah. Not so average Joe. He's giving Johnny the beats right now. And a little after Johnny just hit him with that phenomenal forearm, we also saw a Styles clash earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Johnny Uno just showing, I guess, respect to AJ Styles after they shook hands last week. I wonder if that rivalry's over, or is this was that like I respect you, that's it, or is like we could be cool now, or I don't know. We gotta see. Big pop up power bomb from Joe Hendry. Kick out at 1 by Uno. Oh my God. Oh, that looks scary. Thought it was over, boys. I ain't call out. Oh, trick shot. Johnny One. Come on. What are we doing now? Is he going for it? Big 630 misses everything. He misses everything with that 630. We know he wasn't going to win with that 630 anyway, though, as Johnny Uno with a reversal. And then he's going to win with this. GTS into that Uno's Revenge. Slow count. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. You could have counted the 3. You could have counted the 30. You could have counted the 300. After that Uno's Revenge, and still TNA World Champion Jonny One. What's next for the boy? Y'all gonna have to find out next week, man. Y'all gonna have to find out next time on TNA, and check in next video to see what's going on NXT, man.